Alright, what's up Dominators? Welcome back to the V-Share channel, and today I present to you my post V-EB08 Dimensional Police deck recipe. So yes, this is the new DP deck, the new VR, some new units that we see here. And I'm just gonna go through, same thing, this is the new deck layout and I think it looks pretty nice. First, obviously we're gonna go through the cards, then the card skills, why do I run them, and finally a little bit of combos here and there. Then yep, that's the end of the video. So this is the last video I will be making before I make my trip to Taiwan, which is actually today at 12 AM, but yep, I'm recording this now at around 5 o'clock in Singapore. So yeah, let's go on with the deck. First we have the new VR. So this is Dimensional Police. So obviously we have the new VR Super Dimensional Robo Chojigen Robo Dieliner. So this is not the SVR unfortunately, but basically the skill helps you to tutor out Great Dayusha, so that's one of the reasons why you run 4. First skill, continuous Vanguard Circle, all your grade 3 units gain shield plus 10k, so as you can see this grade 3 count right here in the deck is actually 12, so it's pretty high. But at the same time, if you're on Dieliner, which most likely your first grade 3 right is going to be him, your grade 3s are all converted into free 10k shields. Second skill, once per turn, you may call +1, so +1, look at top 7 of your deck. Reveal one normal unit from among them, add to hand, and shuffle your deck. So if you add a grade 3, this unit gains 20k 1 crit. So it's free about 33k 2 crits if you add a grade 3. That's one of the reasons why we run 12 grade 3s in the deck as well, so as to not miss the grade 3, right? I mean, not miss the grade 3, right? But not as to take a grade 3 from the top 7 of the deck. So yes, this is basically the skill. It helps you tutor out for your Great Dayusha, which you're going to use on your next turn. Take note that on the first right, you're unable to use Great Dayusha, obviously, because you've placed a grade 3 onto your Vanguard Circle. So one of the reasons why you run 4. Moving on to the so-called finisher of the deck, or multi-attack of the deck. Great Dayusha, Chojigen Robo, Great Dayusha. Skill is basically when placed, 3 of your units in the front row gains 10k until end of turn. And then the second skill is auto hand from your hand. At the end of battle that your grade 3 Vanguard attack, the unit power is above 45,000, and it was not placed this turn, so you didn't write or didn't place the grade 3 on the Vanguard Circle during this turn. You count +1, write this as 10, and then it gains 10k until end of turn. So as I said before, this is a Force clan, that's why we have Force markers right here. I love Kurumi, thank you very much. Yes, I know. The sleeves are even Kurumi, as you can see right here, Kurumi and Origami. But basically, this is what makes the deck much more consistent and have a lot of high power, especially your rearguards. So for cost of count +1, you may superior right, in a sense, your Vanguard is 45k and above. Then your whole front row gain 10, and your Vanguard gains an additional 10. And you get you get an additional Force marker. Yeah, if you superior right into Great Dayusha. So that's one of the good things about the clan, which is pretty interesting. The only clan that can superior right a grade 3 during your turn. At the same time, since Great Dayusha is easily tutored out by Dieliner, I don't see the need of running 4. I think 3 is excessive enough. But obviously, if one of them flies to the damage zone, or 2 of them flies to the damage zone, it's really devastating for you, because that's basically your finisher gone for the game. Yes. Moving on to the new grade 3, we have Daisaurus, Super Dimensional Robo Daisaurus, Chojigen Robo Daisaurus. Skill Vanguard Circle, during your turn, this unit gains 5k for each card in your damage zone, so that doesn't really matter, because ideally you wouldn't want to write him as your first right target. It will be either Dieliner or Dayusha right here. Second skill would be Rearguard skill. At the end of battle that you attack, if your Vanguard power is 35k or greater, and one of your, you may count +1, put this into your soul. One of your Vanguard gains 10k and +1 drive until end of turn. So it's really good to apply the extra pressure. Let's just say you're on Dieliner, you've successfully checked a grade 3, and then it's 33k, become 43 because of a Force marker, most likely you're going to Force Vanguard. 43k 2 crits, it will become 53k 2 crits and an additional drive, so it's a triple drive. Chance of you checking crits is much higher, so that's one of the reasons why you play, and it fuels your soul as well. Moving on, we have just normal Dayusha. Continuous Vanguard Circle, if this unit is 35k or greater, this gains 1 crit. And then act once per turn, you rest any number of rearguards, this unit gains 10k until end of turn for each rearguard that is rest for this cost. So it helps to, these two units are the really old Dariushas or Great Dariushas in the EB02 set, yes. So this cost is basically for free, but Dialiner offers much higher power and allows you to tutor out your Great Dariusha for free. Alright, moving on to the Great Tools, we have the new Triple Rare Platinum Ace. During your turn, this unit gains power plus 5k or is on your Vanguard circle, so it's a 15k. And then Vanguard circle, when it attacks, your Vanguard is a grade 3 with 30k or greater. You may so plus 1, this unit gains 10k on crit, so it's basically a free crit trigger pump to this unit. So it's a 20k to crits. And it acts as a form of pressure, because if you actually superior right from Dialiner to Great Dariusha, your whole front row gains 10. It's a free 30k power unit for cost of so plus 1. And then if you check additional triggers or you pump a booster, which we'll get to later, this grade 1 booster, it adds additional more power, so their pressure is really there. Starter wise, I always use the cutest starter, which is Little Hero Draco Kid. Don't flame me in the comments why I don't use Goyusha, because I think this is much cuter. Looks like Lilo and Stitch, so basically this is Stitch. Yeah, moving on to the old grade 2 that we used to run in V-EB08, Dimensional Robo Didragon. I don't think you should be cutting this out along with Dibrave. Skill, once per turn, Vanguard, so plus 1, your one of Vanguards gain 5k at the end of turn. And then if your Vanguard power is 35k or greater, this unit gains 10k. So it's basically, most of the time, it's a free 20k beat stick. At the same time, if you're unable to hit the 45,000, Dibrave and Didragon helps you to hit the power as well, because you may so plus 1 of your Vanguards gain 5k at the end of turn. So basically, you run 4. Moving on to the last grade 2 in the deck, which I only run 10 grade 2s, is Sex Dealer. So yes, I know the name is very turning on, I would say, but basically 10k interceptors are still welcome for this deck because it allows that early game rush if you really want. At the same time, the deck really has a lot of offensive power and just a little bit more defensive in terms of the grade 2 game, where you are still on grade 2 and not on Dialiner yet. You want to handle the grade 2 rush against Bermuda or basically any other XL clans, you run the 10k interceptor. Moving on to the grade 1s, we got Dibrave. So I don't think you should cut Dibrave out from the deck because it's still pretty good. Exact same skill as Didragon, so plus 1, one of Vanguard's gain 5k. And then Rearguard Circle, when your Vanguard attack hits a Vanguard, you put this unit in your soul and draw a card, so it fills your soul. At the same time, it refunds the cost of itself being on the field. Moving on to the other grade 1 we run, which I think some of you might disagree on, but I think is okay to run in the deck. We got a Dimariner. So what is Dimariner skill on play? So plus 1 should one of your Vanguards, and when your opponent will call Guardians from a hand for the battle that the unit attack, basically for the battle where your Vanguard attacked, he or she must call 2 more at the same time. So if your opponent decides to PG your Vanguard, he will have to throw additional 2 cards. So 1 for the PG and another 1 because of Dimariner skill. Some people would say that Dimariner is not really necessary, but I think in this deck where there's a lot of crit pressure such as Dialiner and then Great Dariusha, most of the time people would just like to either PG this and then take the Dariusha because Great Dariusha doesn't have the crit. But if they were to PG this, then this skill will be online and they're forced to discard more cards from the hand. So I think this is fine. Moving on to the new rare grade 1, I think is really good. You might swap out one Dimariner for another one of this. It's called Hit Source Monster Genny Laser. Yeah, Genny Laser. Basically, the skill is once per turn, you rest a rare guard, this unit gets 10k at the end of turn. So it's a free 18k booster, and one of the reasons why I said before that you apply a lot of pressure with this deck with Platinum Ace, gaining the extra free crit trigger, is because you may put this unit behind Platinum Ace and boost. So it's if it's on Great Dariusha, you spear right. It's 10, 20 because of Great Dariusha, 30 because of skill, 30 plus 18 is 48, and that's exclusively not you checking triggers at all. So it's just a 48k unit itself. It will check trigger maybe 58, 68, and obviously you have the additional drive check of Disaurus being here. Problem with this deck is only that there is a lot of counterblast involved. So this take counterblast, this take counterblast, this take counterblast. Yeah. You have to manage your counterblast very well and efficiently in order to make this deck work. Last but not least, we got Dilander. If I'm not wrong, is called Dilander. Yes. I run this card because of Bermudas running around Fina, and some clans that have free intercepts and think that, oh, this is just a 5k guard, I may intercept. So the Islander is there to cut them. Basically, continuous rear guard, your vanguard power is 30k or greater, your opponent cannot intercept. So most of the time, with you being on any of the grade 3s except for probably Disaurus, depending on your damage, this skill will be online. Some people say that you don't really have to run the Islander anymore, but I think it's still good in terms of getting that free intercepts off from your opponent, especially if it's Bermuda Triangle. They have 2 Finas on board. It's a free 20k interceptor for them, but with this card, they are unable to intercept, and that's one of the reasons why I actually really like the card as well. Alright, moving on to the last part of the deck, we have triggers. 4 draws, 8 crits, 4 heals. I think it's pretty necessary to run the draw triggers. Crits obviously is being crits, and heals obviously being heals. If you want to run 12 crit or 10 crit, it's possible. There is grade 1 slot to open up. You can cut Dimariner, you can cut Dilander to run 10 crits, inclusive of 2 draw PGs and 2 grade 1 PGs as well. Other than that, I think this deck is pretty much straightforward. I don't really think I have to show you a little bit of the combos here and there because it's really straightforward. If you have the counterblast to do it, you may just shove Disaurus into your Soulfire Drive. Obviously, what's this card? Diliner, yes, provides the pressure every time you check a grade 3 from the top 7. And Great Dayusha is there for you to have that consistent pressure every time you do not ride from your grade 3. You just keep generating the 45k and above pressure, and then the additional whole front row gain 10k pressure. So force markers, obviously you will need them. As you can see, I have my Kurumi right here. So yeah, that's about it, guys. Hope you guys like this deck recipe. I think it's pretty much straightforward. DP, I've seen a lot of people say that it's not really good, but I think it's pretty fine. It's pretty fine. You get to tutor the deck really well. You get to filter using Diliner. You get the extra drive through Disaurus. So I think it's a pretty good spot, but turns out in the next set, probably is going to get outcasted by other clans such as OTT having the extreme hand size such as Tsukiyomi. Maybe other clans such as GPRP with the new Gensalot. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys like this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. This is V-EB08, and I'm out. Peace.